Very good morning, children. Today let's start a new chapter in our social studies, chapter 11, traveling around. So first let's learn what is traveling. We all move from one place to another. You go to your school, you also go for meeting your friends, relatives, and also during vacations you go to far off places. So you move from one place to another. That is traveling. So traveling is moving from one place to another. And for traveling, we use different means. For example, when you come to school, some of you use school bus, some of you come by cars, or some of you come by walk. So we use different means of transport. Different vehicles are used. So that is what is transportation. So what is transportation? The movement of people or goods from one place to another is transportation. So let's learn transportation once again. The movement of people or goods from one place to another is transportation. And the vehicles used for transporting are known as means of transport. So the vehicles that are used for moving from one place to another, they are known as the means of transport. In olden days, humans did not have any vehicles and they used to walk from one place to another. Later on, they found out that by cutting wood into circular pieces, they could easily carry goods. So this was the invention of wheel. So what do you mean by invention? Invent means to create new things that were not there before. So likewise, the wheel was invented and it made the life of people easier and faster. Now let's learn about the modes of transport. There are three main modes of transport. They are land transport, water transport, and air transport. Now let's learn in detail about these three. First, let's learn about land transport. Vehicles that run on land, on a road or a track are called land transport. So what are land transports? The vehicles that move on land or tracks are land transports. For example, car, bus, auto rickshaw, bicycles are all vehicles that move on land. So we can say that they are land transports. And what about a train? A train runs on a railway track. Does it move on roads? No, a train needs a railway track. So a train is also a land transport, but a train runs on a railway track. And goods train is used to transport goods, that is things. To transport from one place to another, we use goods train. For transporting rice, cement, oil, etc., these things are transported on a goods train. Next, let's learn about water transport. So what is water transport? The medium which we use to move on water are called water transport. So let's see some examples for water transport. So ship is an example for water transport. We use ships to travel through seas or oceans, and also boats, rafts are also examples for water transport. A submarine travels underwater, and we can say that a submarine is also a water transport. Next, let's learn about air transport. So the medium which we use to travel through air is air transport. So let's see some of the examples for air transport. Aeroplane is an air transport. An aeroplane is the fastest means of transport. Aeroplanes can cover longer distances in a very short time. Wilbur Wright and Orville Wright were the two brothers who invented the first airplane. So here you can see in this picture the model of the first airplane. So the brothers Wilbur Wright and Orville Wright, they were the first to invent the airplane. Next, we can see a helicopter. A helicopter is also an air transport. In olden days, people used hot air balloons to travel through air. So these are the different modes of transport: land transport, water transport, and air transport. Next, let's learn about fuels. Just as we need food to eat, vehicles also need fuels. So that is what we are going to learn next, fuels for vehicles. So some of the fuels are petrol, diesel, coal, electricity, CNG that are used in vehicles. The full form of CNG is compressed natural gas. So compressed C, natural N and gas G, that makes CNG, and the full form is compressed natural gas, and it pollutes the air less than the other fuels. But there are some vehicles that doesn't need any fuel. For example, horse cart, bullock cart, cycles doesn't need any fuels. So these are the different means of transport. So we learned what is transportation and the different modes of transport. Now let's move on to our exercises. So you can open your text, page number 63, and let's see what we have to read there. We have some pictures, so let's start reading that. In the first picture you can see Anuj and his parents took a train to go to a town near their village. In the second picture you can see from that town they took a boat to go to their village across the river. And in the third one you can see after reaching the shore, the family took a bullock cart to reach their house in the village. Fourth picture you can see Anuj was tired but very happy about at last reaching his village. So what did you see there? The different transportation used. So in the first picture you can see Anuj and his parents took a train to go to a town near their village. So first they took a train to reach their village. Then from that town they took a boat. So first they took a train and then a boat. And in the third picture the family took a bullock cart to reach their house. So first they took a train, then a boat and a bullock cart to reach their village. So these are the different transports that Anuj used. Below that page you can see, let's get started. Which vehicles do you use for going to a new place? Traveling every day. So which vehicles that you use for going to a new place and for traveling every day? There you can write it there in the space provided. Now let's move on to exercises, page number 67. So the first exercise, use the help box to write the names of the following vehicles that you see around you. Find out how many wheels each vehicle has and discuss in class. So pictures of 3 vehicles are given, and in the help box you can see the names. It's given scooter, truck, tractor. So find out the names and write it down under the picture. And also you have to find out how many wheels each vehicle has. So find out how many wheels each vehicle is having. Moving on to a second exercise. Write L for the means of transport that runs on land, W for the one that floats on water, and A for the one that flies in the air. And here it's given a ship, an aeroplane and a train. So you have to write for land transport L, for water transport W, and for air transport A. So the first picture, ship. A ship is a water transport. So you can write there W. Second one, it's an aeroplane, and you can write A there because it's an air transport. And the third one is a train, and it's a land transport. So you can write down L there. Now let's move on to a third exercise. Match the vehicle with the fuel it usually runs on. So in the row A, you can see CNG, petrol, diesel are given. And in the row B, you can see car, truck and an auto rickshaw given. So we have to match the vehicles with the fuels that uses. So the first one, car, you can match to petrol. Second one, truck uses diesel, so you can match it to diesel. And the third one, auto rickshaw, you can match it to CNG. Next, let's move on to page number 68. We have think it over. So let's see what is the question. Go through the chapter carefully and make a list of the vehicles that do not use fuel. Should we choose to use these vehicles? Discuss in class. So find out which vehicles doesn't need fuel. Vehicles like bicycle, bullock cart, horse cart doesn't need any fuel. Should we choose to use these vehicles? So what is your opinion? Should we choose to use these vehicles and discuss it in class? So what do you think? Using these vehicles which doesn't need fuel pollutes the air less. So what is your opinion? You can write it down there. Next, let's move on to our activity corner. Match the shadow. Match the means of transport with their shadows. What are these vehicles used for? Discuss in class. So here you can see the means of transport. Some vehicles are given and their shadows are given on the right side. So we have to match these means of transport with their shadows. So here you can see a car, a truck and a van given. So you can match them with their shadows. The next one we have the life skills. You have learnt about road transport. Most vehicles must follow traffic rules while moving around. However, vehicles such as an ambulance can skip some traffic rules. Why is this so? So when we are moving on the road, we have to obey some traffic rules. But you might have noticed an ambulance skipping some traffic rules. And do you know why it is? Ambulance takes sick people who needs urgent attention of doctors and nurses. So they can skip traffic rules to reach the hospitals fast. So this is the reason why ambulance skips traffic rules. The next, you have an activity. Draw a picture of your favorite vehicle and color it. So what you have to do, you can draw a picture, any of your favorite vehicle and color it. So this is the activity for you in this chapter. And with this, we finish today's class. We'll be meeting in the next class. Till then, thank you.